Hello, this is Sujata Kancharla. Today I am going to discuss about distinction between Council of Ministers and Cabinet. This is very much useful for all competitive exams. Let us discuss about the comparison. Council of Ministers. It is a wider body consisting of 60 to 70 ministers. Then comes to Cabinet. It is a smaller body consisting of 15 to 20 ministers. Then comes to Council of Ministers. Second one. It includes all three categories of ministers, that is, cabinet ministers, ministers of state, and deputy ministers. Then comes to cabinet. It includes the cabinet ministers only. Thus, it is a part of the council of ministers. Comes to council of ministers. Third one. It does not meet as a body to transact government business. It has no collective functions. Then comes to cabinet. Third one. It meets as a body frequently and usually once in a week to deliberate and take decisions regarding the transaction of government business. Thus, it has collective functions. Fourth one. Council of ministers. It is vested with all powers but in theory. Comes to cabinet. It exercises in practice the powers of the Council of Ministers and thus acts for the latter. Then comes to Council of Ministers. Fifth one. Its functions are determined by the cabinet. Comes to cabinet. It directs the Council of Ministers by taking policy decisions which are binding on all ministers. Then comes to Council of Ministers. Sixth one. It implements the decisions taken by the cabinet. Sixth one. Cabinet. It supervises the implementation of its decisions by the Council of Ministers. Then comes to Council of Ministers. Seventh one. It is a constitutional body dealt in detail by the Articles 74 and 75 of the Constitution. Its size and classification are, however, not mentioned in the Constitution. Its size is determined by the Prime Minister according to the exigencies of the time and requirements of the situation. Its classification into a three-tier body is based on the conventions of parliamentary government as developed in Britain. It has, however, got a legislative sanction. Thus, the Salaries and Allowances Act of 1952 defines a minister as a member of the Council of Ministers by whatever name called and includes a deputy minister. Then comes to Cabinet, seventh one. It was inserted in Article 352 of the Constitution in 1978 by the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. Thus, it did not find a place in the original text of the Constitution. Now, Article 352 only defines the Cabinet, saying that it is the council consisting of the Prime Minister and other ministers of the cabinet rank appointed under Article 75 and does not describe its powers and functions. In other words, its role in our politico-administrative system is based on the conventions of parliamentary government as developed in Britain. Then comes to Council of Ministers, last one. It is collectively responsible to the lower house of the parliament. Comes to cabinet, final one. It enforces the collective responsibility of the Council of Ministers to the lower house of parliament. Thank you. If you like this video, please share, subscribe, comment, and give suggestions.